Welcome back to UNLV Dynasty, episode 4 here. If you missed the end of episode 3, we got our first recruit of the rebuild with Trevor Moon. He was actually previously committed to Arizona State, has a championship contender deal breaker, decommitted to there and committed to us. So first recruit is a 4-star running back. We're the number 19 ranked team in the country at 8-1, 4-1 in the Mountain West. We will get into this next game against San Jose State. Opening drive of the game here. Just going to hit our tight end coming out the side. Solid pickup of 14 or 15 yards. And a little zig route here with our other tight end. And a good pickup of almost 10. Go ahead and do our first run play here. Try and pick up the first down on the ground. A great little seam up the middle. Moving the ball extremely well here so far. I didn't check if we have any recruits on campus. One of those guys on campus this week, I can't remember if it's one of the receivers. We've had some tough luck with visit weeks, with having players lock us out right before or the week of their visit, so we don't actually end up getting anything for it. That one's stuffed up, manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. Coach wants us to go for it here. We're going to try to go right back up the middle. They do have a superstar player there, but we're just going to put the ball in Thomas's hands. Can't quite get there. Turnover on downs. San Jose State has to punt us the ball back. Just going to hit the flat here. Little check down. Decent pickup of 5. Moved the ball pretty well that last drive. Maybe got too deep into the run game. They stuffed it up towards the end of that drive there. That's a good pickup though. Might try to be a little less predictable, mix up our play calls a little bit more. Should be wide open coming across the middle. Those two routes just kind of crossed each other, which really left us nowhere to go. Either one of them could have been open. There was one guy guarding both, and we just threw it right where they cross. Pickup of 2 on the ground. See if we can't make something happen here. It's going to be a long shot. Try and get up the field. Somehow picks up the first down. Great catch and dive forward. Lions has been a little bit better on those contested catches the last couple games. First few weeks of the season, it was almost like if there was a defender within 5 yards, he wasn't even going to get close. There's a solid pickup of 5 on the ground for Thomas. We'll try and get him the ball in space out here on the flat. Just couldn't quite hold up the blocking. They read that pretty well. No matter what, we want to end up with points on this drive. Gums, great possession catch there. I thought he'd work a little bit more open, but he kind of found a hole in the zone and made it work. Go back to the run game here. See if we can't open things up down here in the red zone. Really needed just one block there, loss of 1. Try our little tight end RPO play here. See if we can't get Gums out here in the flat, and they're guarding that pretty well. We do get a decent pickup on the ground off of the read. I'm going to try to score on this little screen pass to Lee. See if we can't get him pinching down in the middle. Too much pressure. Coach is telling us to go for it. I think we're just going to go ahead and take 3 here. Only 22 yards, 4th and 5. Don't want to have 2 possessions in a row of no points to show for it. So we'll take a 3-0 lead on the field goal. Force another punt from San Jose State. Our defense is playing really well against them. That's part of the reason we took 3 on that last drive as well. Solid pickup of 5. We're not getting a ton of the explosive plays on the ground, but we are picking up solid yardage. Most of them. San Jose State has done a really good job getting off the blocks on the front 7, which is making the run game pretty difficult. We're just going to have to throw it away here, and that'll force us to punt. Looks like San Jose State was able to get a touchdown on their previous drive. See if we can hopefully answer here. Gums works right into that perfect spot. Pretty much as good of a throw as you can make in that situation. Getting a ton of RPOs and play action passes from our coach, which kind of just want to simplify what we're doing. Here's another inside zone going the other way. That was a solid pickup there from Thomas. Can't quite get away from that outside defender. 2nd and 8 here. Gonna have Gums working across that side of the field. Solid pickup of 15. He's having a good game so far. Let's see what we see here. Trying to get out of the pocket. Just nothing open. We're gonna have to throw it away. Brings us to 2nd and 10. See if we can't get a few yards here. And we're gonna take a sack. Just kind of bailing out of the pocket early. Not really making the good reads right now. Need to see the field a little bit better. See if we can't make this a little bit more manageable. Hit Bradley, and we're just going to end up taking 3 here as well. Coach suggestion there was to punt. It is a 50-yard field goal. We had to kick it basically perfect, but it went in, so I'm not sure why they recommended a punt there. That's a little bit interesting. We do pick up 3, so now we are only trailing by 1. San Jose State goes down and gets 3, so now we are losing by 4. Really would like to get a touchdown on this drive. That run just never really opened up for us. We start going through the air a little bit more. Just trying to really open up the passing game. And hit this little check down out to Lee. Decent pickup of 5. 3rd and 4. We're going to see what this looks like. Probably going to try another screen pass. We've tried 2 so far this game and haven't had much success. This one's going to be a different story. Gets us the 1st down. Sneak our tight end out into the flat. Decent little pickup of 5 yards. 2nd and 5. We're going to keep the ball on the ground here with Thomas. Just try to keep working the ground game, and that's going to be a 1st down. I wouldn't mind if we finish out the half here without giving the ball back to them. Our defense has played well. Needed to cut that back earlier. There's a loss of 3. We'll run a little screen play again here. If we can get the ball out, it's almost an interception. 3rd and 13. Really need to pick up the 1st here. We're going to be looking Gums out in the corner. A little underthrown. We're going to have to punt the ball away. Force a punt by San Jose State. Ball deep in our own territory here. Really just need to get this offense going. I'm going to try and pick some up on the ground with Colandrea. It's a decent 7-yard rush. Brings us to 2nd and 3 here. Gums is going to be wide open out here in the flat. Good run after catch, try and get out of bounds, save some clock. Ideally would like to get 7 on this drive, but even 3 would be fine. Just trying to make good reads, good decisions, good passes. Great catch by Bradley there. Picks us up the 1st down. Come over the middle, Bradley again. That's another 1st down. We're actually going to run the exact same play. Thomas might be wide open up the middle, and he's not. Tried to hit Bradley again, just didn't quite have the time. 27 seconds here. Gonna hit Earl, makes a good catch. That's 3rd and 2. We'll try to pick up the 1st down and call a quick timeout. Good little run up the middle. 1st down, we use our final timeout with 10 seconds left. Need to get out of bounds on this one if we do even throw it. Gonna end up running up the middle, try to get the 1st down. And we don't, so that's not gonna get us a stoppage of the clock. And we, once again, really need to work on our clock management at the end of halves. Start of the 3rd quarter, we should be only down 1 right now if we did what we should have. There's a great run from Thomas for about 12 yards. He's already up to 91 yards on the ground. So a good game for him already. Hit Gums for a decent little pickup there of 4. We definitely don't look like an 8-1 team so far in this game. We're looking a little bit slow, especially on the offensive end. Our defense has looked pretty good. Pick up a block there. Lee has a good breakaway on the screen. Juke out a defender, stiff arm. Really good play from Lee there. Awesome pickup of 25, maybe even 30 yards. That puts us right down here in the red zone. And we really need to score a touchdown on this play. Well, not this play, on this drive. Can't come away empty-handed, and I'd prefer to not come away with 3 either. There's a good pass and catch, another 1st down. Try our little secret sauce here with Gums. See if we can't pop him open in the flat. Looks like he will be. Gets us a little bit closer. Gonna run a QB blast here. We'll see how effective it is. 2nd and goal from the 4. And Colandrea spins and gets in for the touchdown. Gives us the 1st lead of the game. Well, since we're up 3-0. Makes it 10-12. barring the extra point, should be up by 3. San Jose State goes down and immediately answers. They take a 4-point lead right back, and that run is stuffed up for a loss of 4. Probably need to keep the ball moving through the air. There's a great catch by Earl, just kind of worked into that open seam. See who comes open here. Looks like we're just going to kind of run up the middle, slide, and that's a first down. Probably Colandrea's best game on the ground. Has been sacked a couple times, but does have 21 rushing yards on top of those sacks. Good little patient read up the middle for Thomas. What could have been a loss ends up a pickup of about 10 yards. So we are moving the ball a lot better, both through the air and on the ground so far in this second half. Gonna get a breather for Thomas. And Bradley comes wide open on that play. Try to juke back. Gets us inside the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. We'll try a halfback blast here. Not sure how effective it will be considering our offensive line. We do pick up 2 yards. We're going to go back to this quarterback blast that we scored on last time and see if we can't get Colandrea another rushing touchdown, which will be, I think, just his 2nd on the season, both coming in this game. 13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We do hold San Jose State to a punt, so we get the ball back here. Lee's got a seam up the middle. Solid pickup of 15 yards, and that'll take us into the 4th quarter. Start of the 4th quarter here. We do have a 3-point lead. Gonna mostly be keeping the ball on the ground. Lee breaks open, has open field ahead. Can he stretch it to get the touchdown? And he does. Another big play from Lee. He seems to have that capability. I'm not sure what his speed even is, but he has a lot of touchdowns on the season, and that's 3 or 4 major touchdown scoring runs of over 20 yards. It gives us a nice 10-point lead, and gives us a little bit more comfort in this game. So we force a turnover on downs for San Jose State. Gets us the ball right back. We're going to hit Elskins again. That play's really reliable. Gets us almost the 1st down. And I think if nothing else, we may have also learned in this game that we can use our quarterback's legs a little bit more than we have been. We haven't really needed to with the plethora of running backs that we have, but he does a good enough job. It should give us another option to be able to, 1, score touchdowns, and 2, just pick up yards. See if we can't. Great diving catch there from Earl. And Earl's been pretty impressive on his limited targets. I feel like he's done a pretty good job. I don't know if he's one that might stick around next year. Decent pickup by Lee there, 7-yard run. Tempted just to go back to the quarterback run here, but Gum should come wide open in the flat, and that'll be another touchdown for him. He has a bunch on the season. He's been really good and reliable for us. Great hands, and that should get us pretty much to be able to put this game away. We are going to start chewing clock here. Another turnover on downs for San Jose State, and we are just going to try to run out this game. Good pickup by Lee. That fights for another, probably a 18-19 yard pickup there. Not sure if Thomas is hurt majorly. He hasn't been in the game for a minute. I know he was on injury watch, I guess, but I haven't seen him come back in. We get the ball to Glover here. He's able to pick up about 3 yards. 3rd and 5, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. Really just trying to work the clock. Almost breaks the tackle there. We're probably just going to go for it. In this situation, up 17, 4th and 2. Pretty much if we get it here, we end the game. If not, the game's basically over. And Lee has a nice big hole there. Should have a really good statistical game, even though he didn't get the ball. I don't know if he got the ball at all in the first half. That takes us to the 2-minute timeout. We're just going to keep working the clock, running the ball on the ground. If there's any other big plays, I'll probably add them in. If not, we'll just go to the final score. Lee breaks one, gets us inside the 5. May as well, if we can pick up a touchdown here on the ground, we will, with only 50 seconds left. But we're not going to call any timeouts. San Jose State isn't using their timeouts. And Lee's going to be able to walk in and pick up another touchdown. Should be a really awesome game for him, and that should be the end. We'll check out the stats here in just a second. So for the game, you can see our first half offensively was rough, just 2 field goals. But in the second half, we really took off, scoring 14 in the 3rd quarter and 21 in the 4th to make this quite the blowout win. As far as individual stats go, Colandrea had a really awesome game. Only one touchdown through the air, but 75% completion with 275 yards. And back to a game without an interception, which we love. On the ground, Thomas had a pretty solid game, all things considered. 101 yards. Lee really shone through. 10 less carries, 143 yards, averaging 12. Had two rushes over 20 yards and a long of 51 on that touchdown, which was, he's just really kind of got that breakaway ability. He only has 89 speed, but he somehow is able to make it happen. And we also get 2 touchdowns on the ground for our quarterback. Through the air, Gums led the way with 9 receptions. Didn't have any drops. Just really, really consistent and reliable. Was able to pick up the lone touchdown through the air as well. Elksness, not really sure how to say his name, honestly. Had a really good game as well. Was able to get some really solid pickups, and I think picked up a bunch of first downs. You can see we really spread the ball out this game. Got everybody touches here and there. Lyons is still, I feel like he's kind of our boom or bust type receiver. He either has a really amazing game with a ton of yards, or he just kind of, gets a few catches here and there. Defensively, 2 sacks for Landon Thomas. He's playing awesome. I'm pretty sure he's going to transfer, which is super unfortunate. We might even just try to recruit him back in the transfer portal if possible. But he's having an awesome freshman season. I'm not sure if there's anything we can do to keep him around. We'll take a look at that. No interceptions, no fumbles. So it looks like Landon Thomas's deal breaker is brand exposure, which we have a D+. I am not sure exactly how to improve that. We do get an offensive player of the week for Kevon Lee with those 143 yards, that big touchdown. I think he had 2 touchdowns overall. So it looks like brand exposure, we have a D+. How we can improve it is to play in the national championship, win playoff games, win games of the week, which we're probably not playing in any national TV games. We've played pretty well, but it's probably going to take a lot to be able to get where Landon Thomas will consider us. That being said, we are the 14th ranked team in the country. If we can win the Mountain West, we have a chance to go to the college football playoff in year 1. And if we can win a game, or maybe even just getting there, will give us a boost to that brand exposure and maybe keep Landon Thomas around. That game, we did have Jermichael Witten on campus. We did get the blowout, but it was a lower tier opponent, so we get a little bit of a boost there. We are in a recruiting battle with Ohio State that we're just not going to win. His deal breaker is championship contender, and I doubt Ohio State's going to start losing games. We're going to stay in it just because we've been in it this long, and he is a corner that's a 4-star, maybe with a chance, but just coming off of that visit week and still not being able to pass Ohio State, I don't think it's going to be even really possible. We'll keep him 50 points. It'll only be one more week, and we'll find out next week, most likely, if there's a realistic chance or not. We are up to the 14th ranked team in the country. We will be going to Hawaii for the Island Showdown. Hopefully a win here will give us a little bit more credibility, just because it looks like it is a rivalry game for us. Hawaii looks pretty decent as far as their overalls go. We are rated higher. We will get into the game and find out what we can do. So we forced a punt on Hawaii's opening drive. Stadium pulse here is going pretty crazy, which is kind of unexpected. We'll get Gums the ball for no gain. Try to go to the ground. Like I said, I don't know if Hawaii is that good of a team, but might be a tougher game just because it is a rivalry game. Pickup of 3 there is all. Brings up 3rd and 7. Hit Bradley, cutting across. He'll pick us up about 8-10 yards. Gets us the first down. Really just kind of worked open underneath. Easy little pass for Colandrea. Run back up the middle. Good fight to pick up 7. This game we're going to really focus on trying not to get so stuck in the run. Good pickup for Bradley again. He's really good at working in those little underneath routes. So ideally, like we talked about, a little bit more balance in this game would be great. Mixing in the run and the pass. Colandrea takes off on the ground. Pickup of 6. Run a little play action pass here. 2nd and 4. We're going to have Earl wide open coming across the middle. Fights forward for the first down. Go back to another run play. Get Thomas some touches. Just not really opening up there. Gets a yard. 2nd and 9 here. Going to go back to the ground. They're just really collapsing down hard. We get 2 yards. Since they're collapsing so hard, we're going to try a little screen pass here. Still try to get the ball in Thomas's hands. 3rd and 7. We might be in field goal range. We are able to get the ball out. Decent blocking. Just can't quite get there. That should secure field goal range, though, to get us the first points on the board. Barely get that over. Didn't quite get full power, but we do take a 3-0 lead. Hawaii drives down to get 3 of their own. That ties up this game. X coming across the middle. Earl makes another good catch. 2nd and inches here. We're going to pretty much get stuffed up again. We will pick up the first down. The running game's just really not been there. Hopefully, as the game progresses and we move more into a passing attack, hopefully as that happens, we are able to open up the run game a bit more. Gums thrown behind him. He was open if we lead it out there. Colindre's biggest weakness is kind of leading those intermediate and deep passes, which are probably the hardest passes to throw. That gets blown up. Their defense really has been quite good. They are making plays on the ball and really bottling up our run game. See if Gums can't get there. 4th and 2, couldn't quite get over. We're going to just have to punt the ball away. We do force another punt by Hawaii. We've moved into the nighttime portion of this game. Run game still just nothing there. There's just not able to get through. Coach is calling it again. Maybe if we run it back to back, we can find a little gap in a seam. And we do that. Are able to pick up the first down. Finally a decent run there. Go back to it one more time here. And that one breaks open. Might be a touchdown. Thomas fights through and gets to the end zone. So as bad as the run game has been and been stopped up, on that drive we get 2-3 really good runs. They stopped the first one. A huge run from Jaden Thomas to pick us up a touchdown and take the lead. Hawaii drove down and missed a field goal on their last drive. So we get the ball back with still a 7-point lead. Gonna hit Gums there, fights through the first tackle. Thought about trying to hit Earl deep down the field, but that safety just kind of floated with him. Drop there from Elk. I really hard time remembering his name. It's just kind of that weird combination of a KSN all kind of together. Wide open there for Gums. Gets us a first down. We had Gums again. A horrible, just dumb interception. I don't even really take responsibility for those. I mean, yeah, you threw it a little bit too late, was watching the tight end, and then a defensive lineman jumping through the middle and catching the tipped pass, to me, has just always been ridiculous. Fortunately, we break our streak of no interceptions, but like I said, I find that one pretty ridiculous. Lions comes back to the ball there. Great catch. Tried to juke maybe a little bit too early. Colindre is hurt, which will find the extent of that injury. We're going to get a run play in here while we try and hopefully get some good news that it's a minor injury. He has bruised ribs, so he will return soon. We'll leave him out for now. Probably just try to keep the ball on the ground mostly this drive. We are 2nd and 3. And we will pick up the first down up the middle. Colindre does come back in pretty instantly. We're going to get Lee into the game because Thomas is a little bit banged up, and he does get an injury there. So that's not great. We go from our quarterback to our running back, so hopefully we don't go back to our quarterback. 3rd and 5. That is a bruised shoulder. Will return soon. Look to pick up the first down here through the air. Just try and make the right read. Don't really see anything coming open. Tried to throw it away, just couldn't get it off. We'll have to punt the ball away. We do now have a tie game. Hawaii was able to pick up a touchdown for the tie on their last drive. Little screen pass for 10 yards. We're going to see if we can manage the clock a little bit better this time. Usually going into halftime we have a horrible time of doing that. Try and fit it in there. Bradley just can't quite hold on. It was kind of a risky throw regardless. Run another screen pass. There's only 18 seconds left. So the likelihood of us getting anything is low. Call a timeout. We have 1 remaining. Might try to hit Earl here or see if Lions can work open across the field. We do have Bradley up the middle. We call a timeout again. That might be good enough for field goal range. And we're going to try it. That was a good little throw on the run. And let's see if we can knock this here. We do have 11 miles an hour of wind to help us. And that's pretty much about perfect kick for us to give us a lead going into half. We do get the ball to start the third quarter. I kind of like the look. Hopefully between Bradley and Lions, one can come open, and neither really do. We do have Elkness. I'm just going to call him Elk. Elk is open. Feel like if we were actually coaching this team, I'd give him a nickname instead of having to try and figure out what to call him all the time. So as our backup tight end, Elk has done a really good job. We're just going to sneak up the middle with Colindre here. Good block, try and slide. Solid pickup of close to 20 yards on the scramble. And with only 84 speed, maybe less. Colindre, actually, we probably should have been using that more throughout the year. Thomas is very hurt, so we're just going to keep Lee in the game. Try and get one up the middle. That linebacker read it super well. So once again, mostly relying on the pass game. Just can't quite get that one out. The play took too long to develop. We're going to have 3rd and 9. Probably look for Bradley here. Gums might also come right up the middle, which he might have been there. Jumped that pass. That was really our only chance, was to try and float it into that spot. A linebacker read it. Do force a punt. Probably going to hit Elk on this play unless we can get, which we will. Oh. Horrible read. Threw it right into that waiting arms of the linebacker. We're trying to give this one away. Hawaii goes down, gets 3 to tie the game. I want to see if we can't get Lions going a little bit. He should have the speed to get out there. Pass is a little bit floated and falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. And we're sacked. It's not really finding, it's kind of going back to the beginning of the game where we're just not really finding open receivers. Everything is getting pretty boxed up. Might have Lions streaking down the field. If we can make the throw, makes the catch. Has a little bit of separation. Can we get to the end zone? Huge touchdown on a 3rd and 10. That gives us a 7-point lead. Lions just got that little bit of separation, and Colindre put it perfectly. Maybe should have let it a little bit more, but ends up working out, and he has just enough speed to get to the end zone. We force another punt for Hawaii. Colindre is hurt, so we might not look to have him run the ball very much anymore. Gums, solid pickup of 12. We are at 3 interceptions for the game, so that is far from ideal. Just going to throw the ball away. I was trying to hit the running back out in the flat, but it wouldn't let me because he got bumped too early. Try to be smart. Stop turning the ball over. Going to get out here. Smaller on a 4. Makes this 3rd down a little bit more manageable. I know we just said we weren't going to run with him, but just nothing else is really coming open. I'm going to try to pick up this 1st down here. Lee can't quite hold on to the ball. Probably should have gone somewhere else. We force another Hawaii punt, and they pin us deep. See if Lee can't get us a little bit of breathing room. And he does. Solid pickup of 8 yards. That takes us to the 4th quarter. We are at the start of the 4th quarter here, up 20 to 13. Try and pick up this 1st down. Lee makes a good little move, squeaks through the middle there. I really like our running back room. Just gonna have to get that one away. We might look to sub Colindre out of this game. He's got enough health that for now it's still worth keeping him in. We needed 1 block there, breaks through a tackle, but just can't really get it going. 3rd and 10. Colindre is taking a bit of a beating. If Elk is wide open, we might try and hit him. If not, it's going to be Gums, and that'll be our 4th interception. And with that interception, we have a tie ball game. So, Colandrea's probably worst game of the season, but I honestly don't think it's all his fault. Lee has a big run here, 15 to 20 yards. But some of these passes, one, we're just getting pressured. We've had at least one throw out of sack interception, which those are always seemingly unrealistic to me. And then we've had quite a few where they're just kind of jumping the routes or throwing under pressure, trying to just make something happen. That was a horrendous block. Brings up 3rd and 4. Honestly, the biggest thing I'd be excited for next season is to get some new offensive linemen in here. A couple new receivers. I have to punt the ball away again and trust our defense. Defense held up. Forced them into a punt. It was a long, close to 70 yards, which is kind of crazy. So we are back deep in our own territory again. See if we can get a drive going here, make something happen. It's been a weird game, kind of the opposite of last game. Started out pretty strong, and then it's been slow from there. Decent screen pass, but Colandrea's getting really beat up. Thrown 4 interceptions, which is not great. That play we get 4 yards is all, and they just kind of seem to have our number. Like we talked about at the beginning, this is a rivalry game. There's a first down from Lee, so anything can happen. We should be the better team, but it's kind of been one of those where it's been a little bit weird in some ways, and things haven't really been going exactly our way. They've been really good against the run at times, and we've had a couple runs that have just kind of broken free for whatever reason. We should have a free play here if we can get it off, which we don't. I was considering switching to a pass play to just try and throw one up there, but by the time we would have gotten to that, he got back onside anyway. 3rd and 3 here. We're going to have Gums drop the ball. We're going to go for it. It's kind of a big risk, but we just need some sort of momentum. We had him open. Colandrea missed the throw. That's going to give us a 3 points. 1:40 left. 2-minute drill to try and go win or at least tie this game. This could kill a lot of our momentum here with a loss. Gums makes a great catch, gets out of bounds. Hopefully we can at least get down to field goal range. If nothing else, we have open Bradley there. Good pass, good diving catch. We should be close to field goal range even right here. Obviously a full minute left. We prefer to just go win the game. Bradley is open. We're going to try to get out of bounds. We're definitely inside field goal range, so want to be smart. We do have all 3 timeouts. Biggest thing is we absolutely cannot turn the ball over here. Going to hit Bradley coming across. He'll get us a first down. We're going to hurry this up. We're actually just going to run the ball. 48 seconds left. Good little run up the middle. Gets us 8 yards. I'm just going to try to keep the ball on the ground here. Regardless of what happens, we either want to be kicking a field goal with no time left or get a touchdown, put some pressure on them. Only 32 seconds left. And we're actually going to hop in on defense. Defense I'm definitely not as good at. We do have a 4-point lead though, so they do need a touchdown. And we pick up a sack there. They have all 3 timeouts. 17 seconds left. I'm not sure why they're not using one. Gonna hit the flat, tackle them in bounds. 6 seconds left. They do call a timeout. We're gonna move everybody back. Actually, I'm gonna try to get in here with McDuffie. That was scary. I think it went between 2 of them. I'm not sure what our defenders were doing. Tried to go for the interception, just kind of overran it. But we pull this one out somehow. Big plays made by a couple of our Tayshawn Lions. Like we talked about, only 2 catches, but 115 yards. So we do get the win. Tough rivalry game. We will see you when we get to the stats. Pretty tightly contested game. Colandrea had a pretty rough time. 4 interceptions, kind of like we talked about. I don't feel like all of them were his fault. Did a decent job on the ground between our 2 running backs. 84 yards for Lee, 93 for Thomas, who was banged up, each with a touchdown. Receiving wise, Gums led the way with 7 receptions. Did have a drop this game. We had 5 drops, which also doesn't help with how Colandrea's game went. Lone touchdown for Lions on a long of an 84-yard reception. That was with 3rd and 10, so that was huge. Defensively, sack for Conti there at the end of the game that we saw. Chief Borders a sack, and Jalen Lee is a sack. Got a sack as well, no interceptions. 1 forced fumble by Chief Borders that he also did recover. Recruiting update, we lose out on Cortez Cherador, who we were recruiting the entire season. Oklahoma just kind of came in and they wanted him, they got him. Playing time deal breaker, so we have no chance on him. We're still in first on Quenti. It doesn't really seem like we're the only scholarship offered. We do have a playing style deal breaker on him. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, we haven't been putting points on him. Good lead on Higdon, who I think could be decent. He's a 6'4 speedster receiver, so could be a really good option for us. We're also only ones offering on him. And Camacho is another 4-star receiver. So hopefully our receiver room, we can add these 2 guys at least. And I'll probably go look for a couple more to add to the board as well. We're also locked out on Jamichael Witten. We will leave him on the board just because his deal breaker is championship contender. So if Ohio State has a major fall off, we are in 2nd place currently, but it's very unlikely. So we have moved up to the number 13 team in the country. We'll be taking on our in-state rivals, University of Nevada, which in the battle for Nevada. This is another away game. So we will see if it goes about the same as the last rivalry game we played against Hawaii, which was pretty iffy. Interesting that there's back-to-back rivalry games. Too bad that they are both on the road. We'll try to get the W, and this will be the last game of this episode. So we will start with the ball here. Luckily, it looks like both Colandrea and Thomas are back to full health after last week. We're going to hit Gums coming out the outside. Good pickup of about 13 yards and a first down. Nevada is 5-6. Hopefully we can have our way a little bit more with them compared to Hawaii, which Thomas gets a nice seam up the middle. Solid pickup of 30 yards there. Almost broke off for the touchdown. Safety just kind of came over and saved the touchdown there. Give him the ball again. That one they get a good shad. Stop us for no gain. I'm going to go back to him one more time depending on the look here, which I do like the hole on that side. Let's see if we can block up these linebackers. Which we do kind of sneak out there. Sheds off the run. Good pickup of 8, which will bring up 3rd and 2. We'll go back to the ground game and narrowly pick up the first down. Let's see what we look like through the air here. I think that's going to be Bradley. Doesn't quite have the speed to get away. Now look at this little tight end RPO play that we run quite often. Oh, hit it too late. 3rd and 12. Primary goal here is not to turn the ball over. Bradley does make the catch, 4th and inches. I think we're actually going to go for it. Go back to that QB blast and see if we can't pick up the first down or maybe even the touchdown here with Colandrea. Good block from Thomas. Colandrea sneaks in for a touchdown. That gives us 7-0 lead. After forcing a Nevada punt, we get the ball here on the 25-yard line. We'll try and go down and score again. Thomas run for a decent 4-yard pickup. Lions might be able to break free. That safety kind of went with him. So we're going to hit Bradley coming across the middle of the field. Juke back in. Good pickup to get a first down there. I just have a feeling on one of these plays they're going to leave Lions. Just maybe this one. Does he have the space? Looked like that got over the defender. Maybe even hit him in the hands. A little bit contested. Couldn't quite make the catch. Good look though. 2nd and 10. Run the ball. 3rd and 6 here. Try and pick up the first down to keep this drive moving. And throw under pressure. Just can't quite get it there. We're going to have to punt. We force another punt here in the first quarter. Kind of misread that one. I maybe hit the trigger button a little too early, which lets them shed blocks easier. 2nd and 7. There's a good run. Picks up about 10. Throw across the field. Gums is going to make a good catch. Good pickup there. Gets us a first down. Just stick with the passing game. See if we can't get the ball to Thomas in space, and he drops it. 2nd and 10 here. We're going to try to run the ball right back up the middle with a little bit of a draw. And we get 2 yards. 3rd and 8. They do seem to be stacking the box a little bit more. We'll go for this little screen pass. Fight. And we get to 4th and 1. Coach wants us to go for it. We'll at least look at what they're in. This could either be really good or really bad. I'm going to try and trust Thomas, and he just can't quite get there. Our blocking has just not been good enough to make a play like that work. We are backed up into our own end zone again after a good punt from them. And it's going to be a safety because I clicked the wrong button and our quarterback's hurt. So about the worst combination of outcomes there. Colandrea is back in the game, although they did get a touchdown as well. So now they have a 9-7 lead. 1st and 10 here. That little flip pass to our running back gets us a 2nd and 1. See if we can get something going on the ground. 1st and 10 here. Should have Lions. That safety crashed down, and that's going to be a touchdown over the top for Lions. Another big play for him, and gives us the lead back. After a Nevada punt, we have the ball on our side of the field. Try and put a drive together here. Elk makes a good catch, thrown a little bit high, good gain of 4. We've got an elk, we've got lions. We just got all the animals. With some gums with a first down. We brought Lee into the game. Thomas was a little bit hurt. Can't quite get around that edge. A huge 12-yard loss on the sack. 2nd and 22 here. Gonna get Lee the ball along the sideline. Just try to get some back. That'll be 3rd and 8. We can get our first down here. A should be open. Great read. Bradley catches the ball with some room. Great first down gain there to get us out of the 3rd and long situation. Really, that was a good overall management. And Colandrea looks like he's not quite as hurt. Lee, good power run to get us a gain of about 11 yards and a first down. Look at this little tight end crossing play. Elk's going to be open. Get a good gain of 10 and another first down for us. See if Lee can punch it in here from the 3. Good little hesitation move, and then we do get a touchdown from our backup running back, who has really, we're kind of a two-headed monster at running back with Kevon Lee and Jaden Thomas. We have a 21-9 lead after another Nevada punt. We are going to try to increase that here. Good pass to Gums. That corner kind of stuck with him a little bit, but he was actually going with the other receiver. 1 minute and 18 seconds left. I feel like every time I say this, we end up making a bad decision, but ultimate thing here is just not to turn the ball over. That'll be a massive sack, 2nd and 21. We're just going to run the ball, try to be safe. He's going to get us back to 3rd and manageable. We will call a timeout with 1 minute left. 3rd and 8 here. Try to get a good read on the defense. Try and hit Gums coming across the middle. Great catch through contact. Fights forward to about the 25. 51 seconds. We definitely want to just get points on the board. If we can get a touchdown, that would be awesome. We run a little screen pass here to the outside. One juke for Lee. Gets a gain of about 11. 40 seconds left on the clock. We'll run a screen pass just back to the other direction. That last one worked really well. So we're going to get the ball in Lee's hands again. Pick up a couple blocks. Another good gain. 30 seconds left. We are actually going to run the ball up the middle. We still have a timeout left. So depending on how this play goes, you get to 3rd and 1. 16 seconds left. Hopefully this is either an incompletion or a touchdown on this play. Lions can't quite hold on to that one. It was tough. He had the corner all over his back, but that's kind of just the direction we were going. Didn't have time to really try anything else or look anywhere else. Field goal right in the hands. We are now into the third quarter with a 24-9 lead. Nevada got the ball to start and punted it to us again. This is a game where we might look to get Colandrea out, and maybe after even this drive, just depending on what the score is. It would be good to get him a little bit more rest. He is a little bit banged up. Thomas probably isn't going to play anymore in this game. It looks like his ankle is banged up. Elk's going to come across, make a good sure-handed catch to give us first down. Keep the ball here on the ground. Keep the ball on the ground here with Lee. Good little read. 10-yard pickup, but he is hurt now as well. So Glover will come into the game, and Colandrea is actually looking a little bit better after not taking any hits on this play. We still might look to sit him out at least a drive or two. 2nd and 3. Look at this little RPO bubble. We're just going to run it up the middle with Glover, get a first down. A lot of injuries being called all of a sudden. Lee is back into the game. No gain on that run. Brings up 2nd and 10. We'll get the ball to Lee again. The middle's just really getting clogged up. 3rd and 7. We're going to try to pick up the first here. Had Gums across the middle. Couldn't quite work back to it. Colandrea took a hit there and is feeling hurt again. Probably should be trying to kick a field goal here rather than a punt, but up 24-9, they just called punt, so we went with it. Go ahead and get Colandrea out after this play, and Lee as well. Get Glover in for most of the rest of this game, unless we need him to come back in. Really, we're just trying to work the clock, maybe see what we have, get our main guys healthy. And we can see what Orgy has here. We've never even seen him throw a pass. So that one was pretty good. Bradley makes the catch. Good catch there with a defender. Kind of draped all over him. Good little hesitation there. Gain of 8. And Glover's not bad. He's honestly probably better than majority of third-string running backs. Makes a good read there. Picks up a touchdown for us. That was probably a 15 to 20-yard run. Minute 50 left in the third quarter. We are up 31-9. Flip the ball out to Gums. That's a gain of 6. That puts Gums over 100 yards for the game. Let's see what we have on this play. Lions makes a good catch. See if Lions can break one off here and get some separation down the sideline. It doesn't really look like he can. We are going to be able to hit Gums, but that is a drop for him, which is rare. Wasn't the most separation, and we were kind of throwing across our body, but Orgy got the ball where it really needed to be. Good run of 9. Gets us to 3rd and 1. We're just going to give the ball right back to him. Let him make a read on this hole up the middle. It's a gain of 5 yards. We give Glover the ball again, and we're going to sub in our next running back just to see a different look. Williams here. I don't think he's played at all. Almost got through there. We might just go back to Glover, obviously. We don't want to... These are limited opportunities for him between Lee and Thomas getting the majority of the work. But Williams doesn't look half bad. A little counter with Williams. This is going to be his last play of the game. Although he did really well for limited opportunities. Then we're just going to get Glover back in. Fourth quarter, 31-9 lead. We might just sim out the rest after this drive. Glover gets us a first down. We're pretty much just going to keep the ball on the ground, run the clock. Got blocked right into that one. Probably should have tried to cut back to the middle with Glover again. And still, that just kind of, we're getting stuck again. But another pass play. If we don't score here, I'm not too worried about it. Although Glover is going to be pretty much wide open. Can't hit him. Kick a field goal, and then we'll probably just sim out the rest of this game. That will squeeze in the right side. And we'll probably just go to the stat screen. So we do win the battle for Nevada. As far as stats go, Nevada did get a touchdown in the sim, and we got one more field goal. So your final score is 37-16. Individual stats, Colandrea 19-24, one touchdown, no interceptions. So pretty solid game for him. We got Alex Orgy in there. He's a senior as well, so not really much future potential, but decent backup, I guess. Rushing wise, Glover had the most carries, led the way with also 95 yards and got a touchdown. Thomas had 12 for 67. Lee 10 for 65 and a touchdown. Colandrea ended up with negative 23 yards just off all the sacks, but did pick up a touchdown on the ground as well. And Cameron Williams, who's just a freshman, got 21 yards on his 3 carries. Receiving wise, Gums once again led in both yards and receptions, 103 yards. Our lone touchdown was to Lions on a 49-yard deep ball. Everyone else, we kind of just spread the ball around. Bradley's been playing really well. He's been able to catch the ball pretty consistently for us, which is obviously huge. Defensive wise, half a sack for Kaayu and Jaden Lee. No interceptions. One forced fumble for Jaheim Joseph that we did not recover. We are now invited to play Boise State, a rematch in the Mountain West Championship. Last time we played them, we got a nice little head start with a 14-point lead, scoring and then getting an easy turnover, so I don't expect it to be that easy of a game. So you can see we are now ranked number 12 in the country. So it's a good spot to leave off on this episode. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, go back and watch those just through the rest of the season. Next episode, we will be playing a Mountain West Championship, hopefully a bowl game, and get to the off season, ideally. If you have any comments or anything like that, I'm just starting this, so anything is helpful, any feedback at all. So comment, subscribe, and we will continue the rebuild.